Hi, welcome to my video on devising the slope formula for a line through 2 points. Devising the slope formula for a line through 2 points. Let's do several examples before I give you the formula for the slope of a line. Example 1, the slope of a line through the point 1, 2, and 6, 5. So the point 1, 2 is right here, and the point 6, 5, x is 6, y is 5, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get the slope of the line through those 2 points. So let's draw the line, or segment, it don't make any difference, either or. So there's the line or the segment through those 2 points. Now what happens is this point right here is 1, 2, and this point here is 6, 5. So if we want, note this is a positive slope, so we will rise 1, 2, 3, and we'll run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll run sideways. So the slope for this line is rise over run. Now we can see that we have a slope which is 3 plus 3, 1, 2, 3, and a run of 5, which is a plus 5. So the slope is 3 over 5. That's what we did before. But if we look at it from the point of the coordinates, well, let's look at this point right here. This is a vertical line, and all points, coordinates on a vertical line have the same x coordinates. So if this is a 1, this is a 1, but not only that, if a vertical line, we go on down, you'll see that x is 1 for that point. And we have, that's a vertical line, the x's are the same. On a horizontal line, the y's are the same. So this point here, if this is a 5, then this is a 5 for this point. But not only that, you can see that if you go on through, you get a 5. So we have the right triangle here. So the rise is the difference in the y's. So that's really, this is really here. If you think about it, that's a 5 minus a 2. So we put the 3, that's equivalent to 3. So we take the 5 and subtract the 2. That gives us the 3, because that's what we're really doing, going 1, 2, 3 is the difference. And the run is in terms of the x's. So this x is 6, and that's a 1. So that's a 6 minus 1. But notice all these numbers are positives, because it's 5 minus 2 and 6 minus 1. They're positives. So 3 and 5 will come out of that subtraction. So there's the slope. By subtracting the x's and subtracting the y's, we will get the slope of the line. Before we just went rise, 1, 2, 3, run 5, and we put it down. Now we're subtracting them, the coordinates. That's one example. Let's do example B, the slope of a line through negative 4, 2 and negative 1, negative 2. So negative 4, 2, x is negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and y is 2. So that's that point there. So that's a P. And negative 1 and negative 2. X is negative 1 right here. Y is negative 2 is right there. So the slope of this line, if we draw the line going through those 2 points, here it is. So if we look at the slope, normally the slope could be the difference in the y's and the difference in the x's. So if we want, we can go down and to the right, or we can go up to here and to the left. but no matter which way we go, we want to maintain a positive. The slope is negative, so we can go either or. It makes no difference. So we want to set up this corner here. So we want to rise here. We want to run this way. Notice when I do slope, I do a rise up or down, and then I try to do a run. So I could have gone this way. It makes no difference which way you go. You will still get the same answer. So this is -4 and a 2. The coordinate at this point is -1, -2. And let's find out the coordinates at this point. So on a vertical line, the x's are the same. So this point right here has a -1 for the x. And the y coordinate is on the horizontal line is a 2. So it's a vertical line. This is -1, horizontal line, that's a 2. So that's the coordinates of the right triangle doing the rise and the run. So we know that the slope of this line is rise over run. And we know that the rise is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a +4. And the run is 1, 2, 3. But it's negative because it's going to the left. Now, in relation to the numbers that I did just then, to get the +4 rise, I had to go with the top one minus the bottom one. So I had to take the top and subtract the bottom. And to get the run, and the run is negative, I had to do -4 subtract -1. And a double negative gives me a positive, so that gives me the 4. A double negative gives me a positive, so that gives me -3. So the slope is -4 over 3. And that slope right there is the same, because positive over negative is the same as a negative over a positive. So the two slopes are the same. But notice I had to subtract the numbers in order to get that positive slope. I can't go -2 subtract 2. That will give me a -4 for that rise. And that's wrong, because it's a positive. Because I'm rising up, I need a positive number. Because I'm going to the left, I need a negative number. Anyway, what happens, that's explaining how you do the slope formula, but let's put it in perspective of 2 points. So if we have any 2 points, let's call this one x1, y1. Let's call this one x2, y2. So that's the same as these 2 points up right here, or these two. But I'm calling this the first point with 1s, and this is the second point with 2s. So this is the first point, which is x1, y1. This is the second point, which is x2, y2. So what happens if you take this point and go down here? That means this is x1. So whatever the coordinate of this point is here, that hits that line right there. And the y is right there. The y coordinate of this point is here. So if that's x1, y1, this is x1, and that's y1. And if this point is x2, y2, then this coordinate down here is x2. So if that was a 5, then that would be a 5. If that was a 6, then this would be a 6. So y2 here is this coordinate. That coordinate there is right there. So if that's a 7, then that's a 7. That means if I set up the right triangle, doing the rise and the run like that, then this distance here is the rise, so that's y2 minus y1, but I'm getting ahead of myself. What happens is that this coordinate, the coordinate of this point here, is x1. Because if that's a vertical line, all coordinates on this line have the same x. And this is a horizontal line, so all coordinates on this point will have the same y. So that means if that point there, that's a y2, this is a y2, because when this line is horizontal, it hits the y-axis at y2. So this is the new point that we discovered, like this one and like this one. So the difference is y2 minus y1, because that's a positive number up there. That number up here for y2 is larger than the y1, and this x2 here is larger than this one. So the distance from here to here is really x2 minus x1. So if this was a 5 and that was a 2, then this would be a 3. So subtracting the coordinates. So to come up with the slope formula is, and now because we're using the slope formula, we can let the slope be represented by m. That's what they do in math. And the slope is the rise over the run. So now the rise is the difference in the y, so it's y2 minus y1 all over the run is x2 minus x1. So this is deriving the formula for the slope of a line going through 2 points. So now we can use rise over run if we have a graph or if we plot it on a graph, but most times you don't plot it on a graph, you just use this formula. So if I give you 2 points, any 2 points, there they are, any 2 points, you can label the points as x1, y1, x2, y2, sub in here, and you could work with the slope of the line without doing the graph. And that brings us to the end, because the next video, right after this one, will do many examples of using this formula over and over to come up with the slope of a line without looking at a graph. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed my video, click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button if you wish, and the notification bell because there's more videos coming your way. And write a comment on my video if you wish. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, and you'll find 3 sections: me, my degrees and teaching experience. Section on video talks about the strategies you can use to help you learn your math. The section on content has the topics and the number of videos on the topics. That's going to be on my YouTube channel. And the black font is the topics that are there now, and the red font is the topics that will be there in the near future. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Bye-bye.